West Virginia, it's Geno Smith.
And he ought to have a lot of pep in his step after last week's performance because he did exactly as you want him to play if you're a coach. 3 touchdown passes, 0 interceptions, which usually means you're making a lot of right decisions out there.
And got him the win. The Smith's throw pulled in by Jefferson. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A good pickup there, 21 yards. First carry for the Iowa State man, Breece Hall. And he'll get this into enemy territory, but not by much as he's down to the 48. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Throwing now is Geno. Campbell making the catch. And they're going to get this to about the 44-yard line. Smith. Got an open man. That's Campbell. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Bears' 27-yard line. On 1st and 10, it's Hall. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
They suspected that it was a power play up the middle coming at them, and boy, were they right. That defense got downhill in a hurry and limited them to just a couple on 1st down.
Off of play action, here's Smith. That ball caught by Campbell. Touchdown, Vikings! Paris Campbell, his 3rd touchdown. Play action, now Wilson. And this one is incomplete. These two teams, you may remember, they met up at Soldier Field earlier this season with the Bears winning that one. So if they can win here in Minnesota, they get a sweep of the season series. They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete.
That's what you're going to need to do against those big receivers. You're going to get in there and get physical with them. That time he got in close, got in tight, and knocked the ball away.
On 3rd down, Wilson. This one completes Alec Pierce. And he will have the Bears' 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Now it's Wilson. And complete to Drake London. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 30 before being taken down. Play action. It's Wilson. Flushed out right. Connection made with Chenault. And he gets it down a yard or 2 shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And it'll bring up a 2nd and short. Off the play fake. Here's Wilson. There's another one complete to Chenault. And he'll be brought down at about the 23-yard line.
I think that's a big pickup for a 1st down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a 1st down. Executed it to perfection. Here's a throw dropped off to his fullback. And they're going to get this down to about the 17-yard line here. From the 17, here's 2nd and 4. They go play action now. Wilson. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
That play there was certainly a scouting report special because Cohen was all too aware that this close to the end zone, he's going to become a bigger weapon for that offense. And they were there to help force the incompletion.
And they'll send the tight end in motion here. To To throw again is Wilson. Got his man. It's London. Touchdown, Bears. Drake London from 17 yards out. On first down, Smith. He's going to let this one go deep. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in. Smith, an incomplete pass on first down. Now it's 2nd and 10. Geno now to throw. No chance to get away there for Smith as he goes down. Aiden Hutchinson in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. Now a tough spot for Geno Smith and company after the sack. It's 3rd and long. He'll look to throw. Looking for Campbell downfield. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. This is taken at the 23. So a good punt there, but a nice return of 11 yards. And the Bears take over. We'll get another look at Drake London as this offense returns to the field. And the previous drive put him up over 1,000 yards for the season. So now it's what you like to refer to, my friend, as gravy time, right?
It is. I mean, he's done it, right? He's accomplished the goal. So the good players, they relax a little, they bask in it. They think this is okay, we've done what we set out to do. The great players decide to push that number as high as they possibly can. I don't expect him to have any let-up in his game the rest of the way.
Great thing if you're on the opposite side. He's such a weapon. He just opens things up for the other guys around him.
Yeah, if you're the opposite receiver, you should expect a few passes come your way, too, because I've got to kick coverage in his direction.
Back-to-back good plays. Have him on the move on first down. In motion goes the tight end. On first down, Wilson. Over the middle, he's got Shenault. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. 7-7, our score after one. The Bears with the football. We get set to begin quarter number 2. 2nd and 7 with our score tied at 7, but they're planning to change that soon. Only question, will they get 3 or 6 out of it? They go play action with Wilson. Over the middle, complete. It's Smith. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. 12 yards that time for number 12 as they move the chains. They'll bring a receiver in motion left. They'll run with Sanders. And he is in. Touchdown, Chicago. Miles Sanders, his 12th rushing touchdown of the year. And the Bears have moved out in front. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And that makes the score 14-7. So that drive spanned 5 plays. And it was Miles Sanders who finished it off with a touchdown run. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. Taken from about the 12. And he'll be out of bounds across the 25. The Vikings head out to take over once again. That 7-0 lead of theirs short-lived as they've now given up 2 straight touchdowns to fall behind by 7.
Yeah, but no cause for discouragement here. Yeah, they've fallen behind, but haven't they proven that they can go down and score? So what was the formula to get them down there the first time? Get back to something close to that, and maybe they can get this game tied up.
Now Gino on first down. Throw left side, taken in by Jefferson. And to the 36-yard line, taken down there after getting 8 yards. Straight ahead is Hall. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, first down. Throwing is Smith. This one brought in by Jefferson. And they'll get to him after a gain of 7 to the 47. They'll fake the handoff. Now Smith. Another one on this play for Justin Jefferson. He's going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Bears 26. Very solid gain of 27. Out of the gun, they run it with Hall. And they've got it in the red zone now, down at about the 19. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 3. Now Gino. Thrown across his body, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Jesse Bates. And the Bears are going to have it here at their own 9-yard line. Charles, not only is that an interception, it's one when you were really knocking on the door for a touchdown inside the red zone.
You're actually thinking points. No matter what, at worst, you're thinking kicking a field goal and getting 3. We might look back on this in the second half and say, you remember when they didn't get points on that drive? This could cost them.
After the interception, here's Wilson. That one complete down the field to Smith. And he gets this one just shy of the 35 to the 34. They'll throw on first down with Wilson. Oh, into a sea of defenders and intercepted. And Xavier Rhodes with a pick. And the Vikings are going to take possession of the football. After the interception, here's Smith. And he can't quite bring it in. Might have heard footsteps there across the middle. 2nd down. Smith, an incomplete pass on first down. Now it's 2nd and 10. Throwing now is Gino. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Even in today's NFL, when we think of the tight end position now as really a glorified wide receiver, we're still asking a lot of those guys. They have to block as well, and every now and then, they don't come down with the football.
Got an open man finding Jefferson. And he will have a Vikings first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. They'll fake it. Now Smith. That ball caught by Campbell. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. Call that a very strong gain of 24. Here's Smith. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Hall. And here he'll get it down to the 7. It'll go as a gain of 4. And that'll make it 2nd down. Back to throw, Smith. And that's going to be knocked away in the end zone. It's incomplete.
As a defensive back, you have some weapons at your disposal that we don't often talk about. And you can read the receiver's eyes, you can read his hands, and you know that the arrival of the ball is imminent, and that allows you to make a play on it and oftentimes knock it away.
Meanwhile, on 3rd down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they second down.
Good defensive call right there because they had someone shadowing him along his entire route. And he was right there ready to provide a hit that prevents him from making another catch to his big start.
Play action. It's Wilson. And this throw incomplete. Well, the defender all over him that time, and it's going to lead to third down.
It hasn't been a banner first half for the defense trying to cover him today, but they'll take that one right there, helping force that incompletion.
On third down, Wilson. And that is incomplete.
Good clean play. No flags coming out of the pocket of the officials. Turns into an incompletion, and that should get him off the field with a 3-and-out.
They're going on fourth down. It's Wilson. And it's going to be batted down. It will go the other way with the football. Boy, a real head-scratcher there. And the Vikings, they have the football now in excellent field position. On first down, it's Smith. And it's incomplete. Boy, he doesn't drop many like that one. Second down. Smith, an incomplete pass on first down. Now it's 2nd and 10. Looking to throw. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively. And now it brings up third down. Throwing on third down, Smith. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Darnell Savage. And the Bearsons are going to take over at their own 28-yard line.
Now, Brandon, this is a veteran quarterback back there. He should know better than to make a throw like this. This is definitely not his best ball. And I think he knew this was trouble the second it was leaving his hand.
Off the play fake, here's Wilson. This pass is caught by London. And he gets us to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out.
Let's go, let's go, let's go.
They'll send a receiver in motion left. On 1st and 10, it's Sanders. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Well, they didn't get a whole lot out of that one, but I think you got to continue to try and run and try and keep the defense honest.
I mean, or else they'll just sit back, dare you to throw it on every down.
Yeah, you get your quarterback hit a lot that way, too.
He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. Touchdown! Drake London with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Bears will extend their lead in the final minute of the half. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And that makes it a 21-10 game. Scoring summary, 3-play drive. And it was finished off by a touchdown catch from Drake London. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. And no return here for Agnew, so they'll bring it out, start the drive at the 25. The Vikings going to take over now late in this first half. Well, not much time remains here in this first half. We'll see if they can get something out of this drive, at least a field goal. They could certainly use it, down by 2 scores. Smith on first down. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
That was well defended. They clamped down on every available receiver. Just got to give the win to the defense on that snap.
To throw again on 2nd down. Smith. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. On 3rd down, here's Hall. And they will bottle him up behind the line, and now will they use a timeout? Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 35 seconds to go in quarter number 2. On fourth down on is Colby Wadman now to punt. That's taken on the 25. That's a 49-yard punt, 8 though on the return. And they will take over 1st and 10. We'll get another look at Drake London as this offense returns to the field, making his presence felt early in this one. First half, already over the century mark.
How about the yards per completion, too? That's a pretty darn good number there. Number of catches, but he's shredding defenses, getting big yardage with each and every one of them.
And he's got Pierce. Now another timeout called for by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. On first down, Wilson. Over the middle, caught by London. Now the Bears will use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. They go play action with Wilson. Got his man, and it's caught for a Chicago touchdown. Drake London in the final seconds of the first half. And the Bears will extend their lead here just before halftime.
And that's a lead that excites a team as they head into the half. Good way to finish things off.
Yeah, able to extend that lead, and you always say it, that can totally change the complexion of half number 2.
Yeah, it changes your morale, changes your outlook. But even before that, let's see if they decide to kind of squib kick or what they're going to do on the kickoff, because you don't want to give up a big play right before the half ends.
Good point. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And the lead is up to 18 now.
Daniel Carlson set to kick off.
So not much time to work with here. 9 seconds remain in the half as this one is away. From just inside the 20, a short kick. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And with 7 seconds remaining, not much time to really do anything. And they're just going to run it here up the middle. And defensively, they're just looking to keep him contained as they're able to get him down. And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they'll call the timeout. The final shot here before break. Smith. He's going to float this over the middle, deep. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by Jordan Lewis. And he will be brought down on what will be the final play of this first half. So we reach halftime with the visiting Bears out on top here. As we'll send you down to our past the halfway point of the season and now past the halfway point of this game. We skip halftime and get right back to the action. Set to begin the 3rd quarter. We welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon, getting set for quarter number 3 here. Set to resume. Here we go with the second half. The Bears holding the lead and ready to receive the kick. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. We'll get another look at Drake London as this offense returns to the field. Not seeing him again for a while. 3 trips to the end zone. How about that?
I think right now they would happily go to their general manager and say, is there any way you could get a trade for him? bring him over to our team so we don't have to cover him anymore? Because he is really having a heck of a ball game, isn't he?
Boy, he is. I don't know that mid-game trade's going to happen, but good look. Second half will start with a run by Sanders. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And he'll be corralled well upfield right around the 40-yard line. Fresh out of the locker room, they hit him with a gain of over 20.
Brandon, I think you and I were both raised the same way in the game of football. You run to set up the pass, but I think we've discovered in this NFL, a lot of teams pass to set up the run. And that's what they've done throughout this game. They've aired it out, thrown it around the yard. Now they've come back to the running game, and they find a way to be successful with it.
Right back to Sanders on first down. And strong running there as he's across midfield and down to the 49. A gain there of 12 yards and a first down for the Bears. Consecutive plays now where that offensive line has really created a lot of space.
And we've seen the confidence rise, haven't we? It borders on arrogance now, and that's that good arrogance, believing you can run the football whenever you get good and ready.
Another run with Sanders. And he'll get this into enemy territory, but not by much as he's down to the 48. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. Slot man moves right. A give running left. It's Sanders. Give him 3 yards, and now they're left needing a conversion here on 3rd and 6.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
It's caught on the right side. It's Smith. He's got the first down and more. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. 2 catches in the first half. Now he's got a third here, and it's good for a first.
And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not, because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the 3rd quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads happen throughout this league. They don't want to fall victim to it themselves.
And he'll get this one down to about the 27. Credited with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
They're bringing us about right now with a convincing lead. I think this is where they put on the boxing gloves, start to try and pound them into submission.
And the offensive line, they've controlled this game. I don't see why that trend would change now. It's a 2nd down run with Sanders. And he'll get this one down to about the 27. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority, because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
And they'll send the tight end in motion. Here's Wilson. Connection made with Chenault. And he is going to lose yardage here. This will wind up a loss on the play. And it'll be 4th down.
Excuse my snarkiness here, but isn't the idea of completing a pass supposed to mean you get downfield and gain yards?
Especially on 3rd down.
Yeah, that one. How about the defense? Figured that one out in a big way. Yeah, they completed it all right and lost yardage.
Wow, 1st and goal, and defensively all they can do is shake their heads. Not only did they allow the conversion, but a big play as well.
And I'll tell you what, this offense is playing a little bit of keep away right now. They've come out here in the 3rd quarter, possessed the ball for quite a while, and they keep on converting. Nice pitch and catch there to set up the 1st and goal.
They'll send a receiver in motion to the left. They go back to the ground with Sanders. And he's going to press this one forward as they stop it right around the 1. Call that a gain of 5 as the clock ticks inside of 2 minutes to go now in the 3rd.
That's a great run right there on 1st down. Didn't quite get into the end zone, but now you've set yourself up for at least 2, maybe 3 more shots from close range.
In motion, the tight end. Once again with Sanders. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Chicago. Miles Sanders, his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Bears take the opening kickoff of the third quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And they open the lead up now to 25.
Vikings 10. Daniel Carlson set to kick off.
Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. Taken from about the 12. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line. It's the Vikings' turn on offense. We get ready for their first possession of the second half.
CD, they certainly know the hole that they face as they begin the second half. They have to do what precious few teams have done in NFL history, and that's try to come back from a 4-possession deficit.
And, partner, you know as that team gathers, they're saying to each other, you never say never, right? Because if you're on an NFL roster, that's how you have to think. You can always come back and win a ball game. And let's face it, we saw a certain Super Bowl, a 25-point lead late that wasn't enough to put someone away. But that being said, this task is near impossible. Let's face it. And bottom line is, it officially becomes impossible if this possession is an empty one.
Now Smith. And he'll just get rid of it.
The passing windows are just not there. That's just another example of how great this defense has been all game long.
And that's exactly what a top 10 defense can do. They can really change the game tempo and frustrate you as you try to execute offensively.
A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Oh, I thought he had that one, and that was nearly a big third down conversion to give this drive some life. Instead, they're on the spot and help separate the receiver from the ball.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. This is taken at the 18. A very good return there. Give him an even 20 yards.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over.
And now the Bears coming out as they get ready.
Well, they got to be thrilled with how they've operated so far in this one. They've got the nice lead, and now a chance to score here on 3 straight possessions.
Yeah, and the way that they are rolling, I just don't know how they get slowed down, because they certainly are operating at peak efficiency right now. They might want to think about giving some of their backups a little bit of work, though. Let some other guys get on the field and do their thing and save some of this for the next time out.
This is Chenault on the receiving end. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. So give him 2. The completion, and it'll be 2nd down.
It's 2nd and 8 at the 40-yard line.
Running right, here's Sanders. And they'll get to him after a gain of 7 to the 47.
The tackle made at the 47-yard line. A gain of 7 yards.
They go play action now. Wilson able to complete this to Chenault. And he'll go down, and that will do it for the third quarter of action. And we return, welcoming you back to Minneapolis. A lot of folks starting to make their way to the parking lot. Their guys trail big here to begin quarter number 4.
Let's go, let's go. Squeeze, squeeze, get in there.
They'll send a receiver in motion to the right. Now a carry for Sanders. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37.
74 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
It's 2nd and inches at the 37-yard line.
Still a few inches short of a first down as they come up now on second down. Now it's Wilson. Left side, he finds Pierce. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings' 20-yard line. That one good for 16 as the drive continues.
Well, they have been unstoppable this afternoon, Charles. They just went after them from the start, and pass plays like we just saw. They're continuing their dominance here despite the big lead in the fourth quarter.
And that they have in every way. And plays like that across all phases of the game, they've just been effortless for them in this one. And that's what's helped them build such a large lead and allowed them to smile as this game continues.
And they're going to be set up now with the ball at the 13-yard line.
8 yards on the pickup. Brings up second and 2 at the 13-yard line.
Ready, ready, ready.
There's another one complete to Chenault. Touchdown, Bears! LaVisca Chenault from 13 yards out. And the Bears add on to their lead, and they are also closing in on a 5th straight victory.
Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead.
Vikings 10. Daniel Carlson set to kick off.
Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson.
This is taken just shy of the 10. And the football going back to the Vikings offense. We said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. Smith. And this throw a bit late as he couldn't reach back for it.
This defense has passed its first 2 tests by forcing back-to-back incompletions. They know there's probably another throw coming on 3rd down. Let's see if they decide to force the issue by sending people on a blitz.
They'll set up the screen for Hall.
And he'll lose yardage here, back to the 15. So they'll wind up losing 5 yards on the play, and that's going to bring up a 4th down. The Vikings send out their punter as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line.
We'll get another look at Drake London as this offense returns to the field.
So far, he has the trio of touchdowns. Obviously, it's been a pretty good game for him.
So if this were hockey, they'd be throwing their hats out on the ice for the hat trick, right? I'm not sure exactly what you do in the NFL except applaud and continue to hope you see a little bit more of this. What a tremendous game.
You want to start a new tradition? What can we throw on the field?
I don't know.
Throw your mic out there.
A lot of fans would like that. Cut his mic off.
3 touchdowns so far. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. They may want to go back to that one. First play of the drive, good for 15 and a first down.
Brandon, sometimes it just comes down to the power of suggestion, because I know exactly what they said all week long. We're coming off the open week. We'll have the fresher legs in the fourth quarter, and they will wilt when we get to that point. And right now, it appears that they're thinking that exact thing.
Yeah, offensively, they had the bye last week. Defensively, did not. Is that really a big factor? Is that more talk during the week?
I think the more that you talk about it, the more that you emphasize it, the more sometimes it comes true for your team.
Flag comes out, and that's because the offense did not get the play off in time.
And you can see the head coach, he is not happy. Everyone getting away from him right now because he's frustrated that they didn't get the ball snapped in time.
And they'll send the slot in motion left. On the give, this is their fullback. And a nice run to get him past the original line of scrimmage. A gain of 7. It's 2nd and 8 now. This is where, fourth quarter, you got the lead. You give it to the big guy. Defensively kind of sucks the will out of them, doesn't it? Because they don't want to tackle him right now this late in the game.
But you say that with accusatory tones. I mean, but you're exactly right. I know it's not something we actually want to talk about, but as a defender, 4 quarters worth of trying to bring people down, 4 quarters worth of pounding, and now late in the game, here comes that big guy coming at you, and a lot of guys are wondering whether they want to come up and make that tackle at this stage of the game. Yeah, another good run there. He's been such a big part of their success here this afternoon. And that last carry, it puts him over 100 yards now for the day.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. They'll bring a receiver in motion left. They'll go again with Sanders. And an excellent job of finding the opening as he's got this now all the way down to the 22. Yards rushing for him in the ball game now on 14 carries.
Here we go.
Up the middle they go with Sanders. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last 2 plays.
Brendan, every great running backs coach I've talked with has always talked about when you have great vision, you're not consciously thinking about your cuts and your moves. You're just doing them. And I think that's what we're seeing tonight. He's about running them into submission.
You took the words right out of my mouth. I was just going to use that phrase. He has run them into submission.
Wave your white flag.
It'll be a pickup of 4, and it brings up 2nd and goal.
That's good power football on 1st and goal. A lot of teams will throw from there, but that's a nice job to chew up a few more yards and get yourself closer to the goal line.
2nd and goal from inside the 5. They'll run. It's Sanders. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. 3rd and goal as they look to pour some more salt in the wound. Now they'll put a receiver in motion left. They'll try to run with Sanders. And he's going to be marked down very close to the 1st down marker, but it looks like he's a yard short. Now the Bears going to use the 2nd of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. And this will be caught. And the carnage continues. It's another touchdown.
Well, this is long since over, and some might see this as overkill. But remember, this is a team that puts on the hard hats, grabs the lunch pail, and tells everyone, we're going to give you a full 60 minutes. And that's exactly how they're playing this one out.
Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead.
Vikings 10. Daniel Carlson set to kick off.
Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. And not much on this one. Takes it from the 21. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line.
30-yard line.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. This is just an exercise in futility. Do you even bother running a play here offensively?
I wouldn't, because now is not going to erase what's happened during the game. So after it's over, you're going to go to the film, find out where the game was really lost. But this is not a situation now where you're going to make up for anything.
We'll see what they do here.
Well, this game, it was well in hand early, never really in doubt. Charles, you had so many games together. There's so much parity in the NFL, a lot of close battles. This was not one. Tip your cap to them for a really impressive effort.
Yeah, and as the game went on, I think the defense kind of got together and said, you see our guys on offense, they're just putting up point after point. We need to leave our mark somehow, too, and they did it, pitching a second-half shutout.
So for Chicago, they keep pace for a playoff spot as they move to 7-3. And now they'll get the short week as they get set to play at Detroit on Thanksgiving. Meanwhile, for Minnesota, we'll see how this affects their playoff standing as they fall to 7-4 now on the year. And they'll look to get back on the beam next week as they host the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.